welcome to the Undressing Room podcast, presented by Macy's. It's feeling very festive still. We are in the spirit, and it is all about New Year's resolution.
New year, new me.
New year, new me, new all of that. But we got a new topic. Are you going to join the Mile High Club? That's what I want to know, because there are 2 new airlines that are allowing you to do so. Yeah, I cannot make it up.
Ooh.
And we headed down to Miami. Let's talk about that, Lo.
Okay, yes, we're headed down to Miami, and we're going to the Reinvent Yourself with Crypto Conference. And listen, we spoke with Damon, John, and Lael Alexander. They blew us away. Lael definitely. What? We were standing on our feet, giving him a standing ovation. That's the man right there. We'll tell you all about him. Also, it's gonna go down in my DM.
Some New Year's dance.
Hey, get it. Go. And for our final question to undress, y'all ain't gonna believe it.
What?
This happened.
At least she knows she is not alone.
You gotta do the laugh.
You did it with everyone. Oh my God.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, I do feel like women have a higher success rate, because with men, it's so many of them. And what y'all don't understand is, which y'all say, shoot within your range, they don't be in the range. Like, what do I look, desperate?
And you know what? If L'Oreal doesn't answer, I'll answer, okay?
Oh, man. Make sure you listen to hear how we address this mess on the Undressing Room podcast, brought to you by none other than Macy.
Okay, so Lo, really quickly, before we start undressing everything, I have to tell you about Macy's mobile app. Take your shopping to a whole nother level, y'all, with the Macy's app. It has got a totally fresh new look and new feel. So you can get started with this little style quiz, right? So you start this little style quiz for your outfit. And so they tailor it just for you. Then you choose your favorites and keep a running list of the looks that you get inspired from. So then you stay on top of the online orders. It stays on top of the returns. They take exchanges of our price checking. Listen, price checking is everything, because you know, a top here and a top there, it's the same top, but not the same price. But
come on now.
Make sure that you get the price check feature, update store map. So just in case you want to get in and get out, but you don't have a lot of time. So you're like, ooh, where the jeans at? Or, ooh, okay, it's a new season. Where they put that at? So boom, you can get around the store quick. And then plus, that's my favorite part. You, me, and a lot of our listeners are already Star Rewards member.
That's
and if you're a Star Rewards member, you get special features like Star Money updates. That's exclusive savings. They are sent right to your phone. So just like the text message and notification of somebody in your DM, boom, Macy's is gonna notify you. Here's a new savings.
Oh,
now if you if you don't have it, it's super easy. You can download it today for iOS and for Android. So we're not discriminated with the iPhone or the roadies. Whatever you got, download the new Macy's app today. I promise it's going to help you in a clutch, get your outfits together, and just navigate the entire Macy's experience. Shout out to Macy's for staying up to date with all the tech.
All
right. It's a new year. It's a new you.
I'm excited.
What we doing?
You know, this is our last episode of 2021.
What?
And yes, our last episode. I'm like, 2022 is here. It's a whole new year. It's new us. Christmas was good. How was your Christmas? Was your Christmas good?
Christmas was litty in the city. We cooked, we ate, the kids got gifts. It's just, nice to be with the family. Nice to have some downtime.
I was looking for the carolers. I wanted them to come sing Throat Baby
carolers
in front of my house.
Not with Rona. You got to do a rapid test before. I need your vaccination cards. I
wanted them to sing Blow the Whistle in front of my house. I was waiting for them, but they never came. So I sung. I just stood outside and sung in front of my house. So that worked out pretty well.
Poor neighbors. I'm sorry, L'Oreal's neighbors. I'm so sorry. Did you eat a lot, Lo? How was your food for them?
I didn't. I'm dieting for Christmas because my New Year's resolution is to be slim.
Hold on. You got your reduction.
Yes, my reduction in full effect. So I'm excited about that. So I can't wait to do the big reveal. So that's gonna happen.
Well, it's not the big reveal no more. It's the petite reveal.
It's the medium.
You got
reveal.
Petite.
I like it. I like that. Petite. Okay.
All right. You got it. Okay.
What's your New Year's resolutions? Because people do this all the time. They be like, I'm gonna starting New year, new me. We said that as jokes earlier, but sometimes people don't have a new nothing. they just make all these promises to themselves. Do you have a New Year's resolution? Do you participate in that stuff?
I mean, I think it's nice to set intentions. So the idea of wanting being given a new start and a new chance to do things again, I love that idea. However, I make resolutions every few months. If I want to fast, I'm just going to fast because it's that time to fast.
I do that too.
But when it comes to the new year, I think my resolution this year is just to live with intention in every single thing I do, be it fun or work or whatever it is. I've set a goal, make sure I exceed my own expectations, do everything with intention. When I wake up in the morning, I don't want to just exist. I want to thrive. When I'm a friend to somebody, I don't want to just be a familiar face, but I want to be a light. So just be intentional about my little life. That's about it though. Because everything else,
your New Year's resolution, I like that because it seems very selfless. But this is the time of the year that everybody be like, this is gonna be their year. I didn't see much of that ever since Corona came out. Most people,
because they being quiet because they got that PPP and they don't want nobody to know it's their year.
Because when it was their year, they did it too big, and then now the feds is looking to see who year it was.
Exactly.
Who year was it? Who year was it? Put your hand up. Oh, like I said, losing weight is always a big one. Getting fit is generally the number one New Year's resolution that creates a huge spike in the gym. So every time I go to the gym after January 1st, it's packed. By the time my birthday runs around, it's like my birthday's on the 13th of January. You can get on all the machines at the same time because
before Dr. King Day, they out there.
Come on, people ain't last 2 weeks. You hear me now? Some other popular resolutions are to quit smoking, to learn something new.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, quit smoking, right?
Yes.
To learn something new, to eat healthier.
A language, every year you say you're going to learn. Like you get that little Rosetta Stone, you like, this year, I'm going to learn French before we go. You don't speak Spanish?
No, my father never taught me. He just didn't speak to me in Spanish at all. So, and then he passed away. So it is.
Oh, you just, real black.
Yeah, I'm black. Like
you real black.
I tell everybody that all the time. Like I knew who my father was. It wasn't like an absentee father, but I ain't know them like that. You get what I'm saying? Like he was around, but I wasn't around him. Like I was good with my family over here. But anyway, eating healthier and diet. Now that's so funny because about 17 years ago, I decided I didn't want to eat beef anymore. I'll never forget. I went to Houston's. I got my last Hawaiian ribeye. I got my last Hawaiian ribeye, and for 17 years, I have not eaten beef or pork. Was after that. I took them gradually. I did pork next and chicken.
You still was eating that bacon on that baked potato for a minute.
Again, I have the Spanish background. So I did have pork for a little while after that, but then I stopped. I don't eat pork no more either. So some say get out of debt and save money. Some people want to spend more time with their family, travel to new places, which is on my everyday resolution, and be less stressed, volunteer, and drink less. I think drink less should be mine this year.
Drink less what?
Alcohol, water.
Why would you do that?
I mean, because alcohol is really like probably one of the worst things we are putting in our body.
Oh man, y'all don't stop playing with me right now. Are you serious right now? That's a resolution for people that don't have a substance abuse issue?
I was thinking, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking about cutting back a little bit. My ex-boyfriend told me I do have a little bit of an issue. When I get drunk, I get mean. Have you seen me be mean? No, you've seen me drunk.
Yeah, I've seen you be mean, but you weren't drunk. You're actually a fun drunk.
I'm not
very fun drunk.
That's what I thought. He said I'm an angry drunk. So,
well, hold on. I just want to go ahead and debunk the stigma because people have all these stigmas about marijuana and it's this big thing. Anything done in excess needs to be truncated and edited because it's not good for anything done in excess. Be it drinking creatine, working out, leg day, whatever, right? So alcohol in excess, yes. I mean, anyone would need to curb that. But for a whole New Year's resolution, like to drink less.
Yeah, I'm not that pressed on it. So maybe you're right.
We're gonna take that off the list because we drinking. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Unless you on antibiotics, we drink.
That's the only time, child. But I'm holding it
You
tight,
just went to
holding it
the
right. So
dentist.
I ain't got to worry about all that.
Listen.
Like, look.
Okay, so your New Year's resolution for the year specifically is what?
So my New Year's resolution is to save more money. I'm not gonna lie. I spent so much money this year. Part of it was because I did a lot of renovations on my house that I didn't expect to
So that
have.
was an investment. You got to put it in perspective. It's not really spending money. Spending money is at like eating and just like hanging out.
Well,
But like,
I didn't get there yet because I definitely did a lot of that. So I spent
hold
a lot
on,
of
we're getting there.
yeah, I spent a lot of money on the house, which I'm proud of myself about because, like you said, I invested and I fixed the house to look how I like it. And but I spent a lot of money on other things. I mean, traveling is something that I love to do, so I'm not gonna
Okay,
hold
that
back
was one
on
of the
that.
things you want to do. So that's
Yeah.
not a waste.
I'm not gonna hold back on that. But when it comes to like, you know how we are with fashion and clothes, and I love me
I
some
know I am
glasses,
my
child.
Macy's, my Star Rewards.
My Star Rewards only go but so far. They still want the green at the end of the day,
Okay,
right?
so what's your plan of action? What are you going to do to make this saving money this year actually realistic? Because you're
So
making the money.
So last year I got out of debt. Like that was that wasn't even a resolution for me that I thought in my mind, but I did it. Thank you. I got out of debt and I raised my credit to excellent, which I was extremely excited about. So my call of actions are going to be, I'm glad that we met Bitcoin Rodney because I definitely want to do more investing and
Yes.
learning more about that. And we're going to sit
Can we
down with him.
resolution that together?
Yes, we can. We could do that together because there's a lot of people coming to this man for advice that are actors that have been in the game for years, that are, rappers, this, that, and the third, because he figured it out and I need to figure it out. That's like my main goal is just investing, saving, and learning more about financial stuff because that was something that I don't feel like I was really taught growing up. So I just want to make sure I got all my stuff in order and so I don't have to worry, for my future.
I love that. Well, speaking of the future, I want to talk about the future of some of these airlines. Now, a lot of things have changed on the airline. I remember growing up, you used to be able to smoke. I don't understand how that was even thought out.
Like you were on a plane one time when people were smoking? No.
I'm almost 40. Yeah. They definitely used to smoke back in the day on the airplane.
I remember the ashtrays, but I never seen nobody smoke.
Well, what do you think the ashtray was for?
But they ain't never smoked. Like by the time
you
I
was
came
young
around,
and they had discontinued smoking at that time, but the airplane still had the trash cans on
They
it.
played me. They ripped me off in my time.
Yes, there definitely used to be smoking on the plane. And there's always been this phrase that people talk about, but it's kind of like a part of a secret society. It's called the Mile High Club. Now, a lot of people know what it is, but for those that don't know, the Mile High Club means basically having sex while you on an airplane.
Oh, you nasty.
Flying.
You nasty, Eva.
Listen, I just work here. I'm just reporting the news. This is what they was talking about. I'm gonna tell you what they do in Vegas, y'all. Okay, so it's extremely difficult to have sex on an airplane. Let's think about it. The chairs, the turbulence. Excuse me. Are you in first class? Did you use the whole row? Do the seats, the armrests go up? I don't know. Ooh. Now, it's easier to try on a long haul flight where most of the people are like sleep, so maybe a red eye, and the flight attendants are a lot more relaxed because they know that you just ate your meal and they
I'm sure they are relaxed.
So many people try to risk getting caught by the flight attendants. However, there is something that has come to save the day. A Vegas-based charter company. It is named Love Cloud. They created a business out of helping people join the Mile High Club. So you no longer have to hide and sneak and try to just slide it in up under the sheets and covers and I'm sitting on your lap looking. No, you don't have to do that. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why.
That's you.
Just so you know, it is a twin-engine Cessna, and it's flown by a specific pilot. His name is Anthony Blake. He flies around while people essentially are intimate and have sex. Now, the plane it comes fully equipped, Lo. It has a twin air mattress. Why? I don't know. I would a regular mattress.
Yeah, I'm like,
but
this is a little
It's better than the chair. Okay. The twin air mattress, red satin sheets, and it is equipped with a sex position pillow. Now, the pilot wears noise cancellation earphones. So there's a black curtain up for privacy. He's obviously tapped into what's going on for air traffic control, but he does not want to hear what's going on in the back.
Yeah, right.
And then the website says that it will only take the pilot 5 to 10 minutes to reach the cruising altitude, which is about 5,280 feet, or exactly 1 mile above Las Vegas. So at that time, your pilot will notify you that it is safe to remove your safety belts. And you and your lover will remain totally undisturbed for that time. And the only thing that you will hear is a hum of the engines. Now, people want to know, how much does it cost? I can hear
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to ask.
It is barely $995. This is for a 45-minute flight, or if you are someone that needs a little bit more time, then you can take a flight for $1,400, basically $1,500, and that's an hour and a half flight. Now,
some of them need less time because you got Minuteman, so can you get a discount? The
45-minute flight, that's enough to go up to come down. You can have some champagne when you finish.
Some people only need 10, 15, so can they pay $500? Do they get a discount?
Would you pay for a service like this? Like if you're head over heels, you're in love, you got your one. Would you pay for a service like this to avoid getting caught on a commercial airline? Maybe it's for like, I don't know, your honeymoon or something like that. Well, yeah, that sounds cute. I mean, what you think?
This seemed like a bargain. Let me think, an hour and a half. That could get me to New York. So if they could just fly, that's like chartering a plane $1,500.
It's in Vegas. It's in Vegas.
Why they can't have it here? Because then I just would get it for like a private plane.
Okay, let me break you how it goes. You go out the private airport in Vegas. You go up, fly around Vegas, have sex over Vegas, and come back down.
But I'm saying to you giving me an hour and a half, right? That pilot will be going to a different state, and we would just act like that's a regular chartered flight. If we want to have sex, then we will. If not,
I don't think that any no airfield is going to let you in them satin sheets land. Go to Teterboro if you want to. Teterboro is going to be like, turn around. Turn around.
Yeah, they're going to bring it right back. No, but to be honest, I don't feel like that's that expensive of money.
It's a date. Like it's a date. It's a cute little date. Like say if you get engaged. I mean, this is something that you do with your partner. It's definitely something very different. But I would just want a real bed in there and not red sheets. Weird. And they don't need to be satin. Like cotton is fine, please.
Who's cleaning this plane? I need to make sure that there ain't no stains, if you know what I mean.
On your air mattress?
I mean, because it's the air mattress, but what about the rest of the plane? That don't mean that's where they got to stay. You got the bathroom. You got other areas that they may be trying to bump and grind on. And I don't want to be the person
that got the whole airplane to have sex in, and y'all gonna go in the bathroom?
I mean, listen, I don't know what people are into, but I know that this is a plane designated for people to have sex. So I'm scared, just like in a hotel. It would take me 45 minutes to wipe down the plane with Purell wipes. So I don't know. Or the Clorox.
Have your mask on.
With my mask on and my glove. It's gonna be so not sexy.
This would be a cute gift to give someone, like especially if they live in the area. It would be super, super cute.
Does it come with champagne?
Yes, it sounds fun.
You gotta be drunk before you get on this.
Life is about memories, making memories, creating memories. So that sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like
I feel like you sold. Are you gonna do this?
I mean, I'm just saying.
I think you're sold.
I'll take the first flight out. Come on, Mike. We'll take the first flight out before, we'll go ahead and break the plane in. And,
I got you and Mike is some freaks right there. I'm gonna have to I know what to get y'all for anniversary.
But you need to give me some crypto. I need some digital money. Let's talk about going down to Miami for the Reinvent Yourself with Crypto conference. L'Oreal, how was that for you?
It was one of the most amazing conferences, maybe the most amazing. I'm talking about everything was top notch. Everybody who was anybody was there, from Tiffany Haddish, who we spoke to last week, Akon, who we also spoke to last week. They had Fat Joe, Rick Ross, Jamie Foxx. It was crazy. And they also had Damon John.
I love Damon. Yes. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the fact that you pranked him. We are sitting here talking to Damon John, getting the jewels, y'all. We getting the keys, not
That's
the keys to the city, the keys to financial freedom globally. And this fool L'Oreal gonna say, Eva, are you ready for the Shark Tank presentation? So my butt jump up in action. And the look on his face when he thought we was about to present a product.
He was not with it. He was like, he looked like he wasn't trying to give us a dime and we ain't even present nothing yet. He was like, I was about to say, y'all gonna be pleasantly upset.
You have been in the financial space as far as a man with a plan in business for years.
Yeah.
And as we see the landscape evolve and crypto become such a prevalent thing in the new wave, we see you here again. So we want to know, what are the keys that you got? What even got you into this space?
Well, first of all, I was in it a long time ago. I got Bitcoin at about, I think, $500.
What year was that?
2014, I'm not sure, 14 or 12 or something like that. I went out to Iceland for a wedding.
Okay.
And everybody was miners out there and they were talking about this Bitcoin. I said, I'll buy it. And I sold it at about $1,000.
No.
Okay, so you did.
I didn't think that was coming.
Not to do today was to hold on to it.
Yeah, but it was like 10 years ago. What do you want me to do? You know, so, you never get mad at a profit, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So the profit, more importantly, was the fluctuation of seeing it go back and seeing it come back around, seeing all the other tokens come out, all the pump and dumps, as well as the whatever the case is, and just looking at it, reflecting at and seeing the same similarities as the market,
The stock market.
and everything else, and then understanding, obviously, that it's going to be here to stay. I love seeing how it disappeared or went back down dramatically, and everybody, oh, it's over, right? So I'm a person about investing. There's always going to be something to invest in, right? But the point of investing, more importantly, is investing your knowledge in it and not jumping in and playing with it for a long period of time, getting used to it. That's the most important thing to do. Because I made the earlier mistakes too. A lot of times, the biggest challenge with some of these platforms and access is we have too much access now.
Right.
So, same as like if you bought Apple in the late '90s, you sit there and because I made whatever. Let's say I made $1 million in 2 years. I feel like Gordon Gekko all of a sudden I need to trade it when I should have held it for a long haul, right?
Okay.
So day trading and investing are two different things in a sense. So that's what attracted me to this. I mean, every other day you hear about either you trade commodities or there's sports card trading now, or there's this and that. Things come and go, but this is something I'm fascinated about. I see that the way the world is working off of it. The American dollar is still the most sought after currency, and I think that Bitcoin and a lot of the American digital platforms that we like, or digital currencies, is going to be have the same effect.
Who really helped you get more into it as far as learning about crypto? Because I know one thing that we find a lack in our community is that we start hearing these big words and words we didn't hear before and understand, and we kind of check out, so who really sat down, or what made you really sit down and figure this all out?
Finance has never been sexy, and that's why people, their eyes gloss over it, and that's not necessarily just in our community. I'm out a lot of times, at the end of the day, they say women are going to control 60% of the wealth in a household, right? Mm-hmm. But often they don't get into the conversation. But to be successful, you need to be vulnerable. When you walk in, we're in this room right now with a bunch of people, you should say what you don't know. Now, so the assholes who will make fun of you, they're going to be assholes anyway.
Right.
That's only 10%. The other people are going to go, oh, you don't know that? Yo, let me help you out.
Yeah.
Right? But as we grow up in our community, it's not cool to be vulnerable. And once you are vulnerable, real people who are successful want to get behind you and say, I got you. Yeah. What you need. Because you also make them feel good too, right?
Yes.
You make them feel a value. So that's the thing that people need to understand in our community on how to change things around. Because I started Food in 89. I closed it 3 times from 89 to 92 because I ran out of money. There's a great story about me mortgaging my mother's house for $100,000, but I turned around, there was $500 left, and I was about to lose my mother's house. Wow. I then got my deal with Samsung. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I didn't know how money worked. I was paying for raw goods 90 days ahead of time. I was paying for staff and shipping, and my accounts receivables were 30, 60, 90 days. I was being choked by something they called a float. Then my first 10 or 15 million dollars, I blew. But thank God I'm not an athlete or somebody who makes a bunch of money at a younger age. I still started making more money, but I invested in the market high. Planes crash into buildings. I take the money out because the market's never going to come back. Well, what happens? I invested high. I took it out when it was low. So all these type of things we need to understand and learn and teach ourselves and our family and our kids. And that's critical.
Speaking of that being critical, why is it important for you? One of Bitcoin Rodney's biggest things about this whole reinvent yourself is to close the wealth gap for minorities. Now, our love for people, we get it. We love everybody. But at the end of the day, I'm a black person. You're a black person. We know the communities we've come from. We know the struggle. Why is it important for us to understand the wealth gap and close that so that we can get forward, not in just this country, but globally?
Well, because unless you have economical power, you won't have any power at all. There will be more incarceration. There will be more things that will happen to the people that we love. We didn't come from legacy wealth. We don't have grandparents and great-grandparents who were titans of industries. So you have to understand that now. Because today, you have to look at the economy is built off of modern day slavery. If we don't have this type of education and inspiration, we're going to be burning businesses instead of building them. If we're burning businesses, then we get incarcerated. We work for 12 cents an hour for large corporations, and those correction stocks go up, all off of us. So if you don't have that, you break that cycle from cribs to corrections, and you change from cribs to colleges. But you have to be able to invest in your own community. We get mad at other people's communities. They're investing in their communities. You know, they call us in the advertising world shoes. Super heavy users. For $16 that comes into a community, $15 flows out. Other communities, $9 stay in.
Wow.
What? How?
We spend.
Because we spend and we don't hold on.
We don't hold on.
We don't reinvest.
We don't reinvest it.
Okay, so we have a last question for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people are now asking to be paid in Bitcoin and things of that nature. Now, when you do business deals, is that something you believe in Bitcoin so much that you would be interested in taking your full payment in Bitcoin?
Yeah, but I'm not doing that all the time. But again, people are asking that. They have to honestly talk to their tax accountant, their financial advisors, because a lot of times, that stuff can go down and you're in trouble. I mean, it's just like pulling out margin on stocks. A lot of people, they'll have $1 million in stocks and they'll go and pull out margin, 50% of it, and they'll spend it on the things they don't need, and then that stock goes down and it's a margin call. So it all depends on how you, it all depends on how you're going to utilize it.
Well, thank you so much. Undressing Room podcast. We got something to pitch for you for a Shark Tank type thing. You ready? Go ahead, Eva.
All right, so we're joking.
Thank
you so much. Yes, needless to say, we had an absolute blast.
It was a good
We
time.
got some mentorship from the best of the best, Damon John. And then I think this person single-handedly blew us away more than anyone there. And everyone there was so dynamic, so amazing. But Lael Alexander, this is a name that if you don't know, you need to know. You are literally living amongst history makers right now. I mean, just for one of his claims to fame, he is the scientist and engineer behind screen sharing. So if you have your phone and you're playing something and you want to cast it to a TV screen or to something, he invented that. So that's just a little bit of who he is. But L'Oreal and I was definitely taken away and in love with all of his knowledge and just intellect and insight on finances. This is how it went. Y'all might not know who he is, but you might want to know.
Oh, you know what he does.
Well,
you just don't know it's him.
Tell him what has he done, L'Oreal?
Well, something that you taught us while you were on stage, and I was blown away.
Blown away.
That you created the mirror from the phone to your television, the screen shadowing.
Uh-huh.
Now,
So break that down.
she was just, Ange, you my co-host from the Morning Hustle, was just complaining because they gave us a streaming link to a service to watch a show ahead of time.
Certainly.
And her TV, it wouldn't mirror it because it was a protected, episode.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what did you mess up right there?
I was waiting for it. I knew he was going to hit me with it.
Was that a glitch?
Algorithm.
You know what? You know what's so interesting? Miracast, the way that we introduce it to the world, is only being used 50%. Let me explain. It's only one directional. Right now, you can only share your phone to one screen.
Right.
When I intentionally did it, I did it to where you can actually share one phone to multiple screens.
Wow.
So when we introduced this in CES in 2010, they had me in South Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I did my demonstration, and I powered on one tablet. The entire South Hall was projected from my phone.
Wow.
That's what created Disrupt CES. Literally.
So Times Square, you can take over if you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to.
They had to bring me to a Faraday cage to demonstrate for the rest of the whole show.
What?
Right?
What?
So, I mean, I'm telling you, this was disruptive because at the time I could not only share from one to multiple screens, but if you were next to me, I could actually capture your phone and control your phone from my screen.
No way.
So that's where I started literally. Yeah. And I can still do that today. So we didn't release that part of the technology to the market because think about how disruptive that would be.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to talk about. Is
And
the
that's-
disruption.
See, I'm all about non-disruption.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
I preach a gospel of symbiotics.
Okay. So what does that mean?
Because I have no clue.
So symbiotics is a mutualistic behavior when you're
Reciprocity in there.
yeah. Well, when you're doing something that impacts someone else, and they're doing something that impacts you, and you both are doing it for the benefit of each other's prolonged existence.
Yes.
You know? When you're disrupting something, you're not doing it for the benefit of anyone's existence but yourself. So it's a parasitic behavior, not a symbiotic behavior.
Love it.
You know? So
Love it.
Parasites, venture capitalists, got me?
Got you.
Yeah, symbiotics, that's family, right?
Family. So it's all of us. It's
Yeah, it's
you
all
get,
of us,
I
yeah.
get, we get, so that we can all
We
build.
have to build the organism that's going to survive. You know what I mean? Because this is an environment, right? So if you put certain species in an environment that is not fit for that species to survive, there's going to be one of us inside of this group of people that's going to develop that tendency.
Yeah.
We're going to mutate to be able to survive in that environment, right?
That's the evolution.
That's so we have to
Listen.
evolve. You with me? So we have to evolve to get over these things, right?
And
You can't-
disruption isn't it. It's
yeah,
the
you can't
build.
drop me a pill and says, "Oh, tomorrow you're gonna be smarter."
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow it's a stimulus check, right? Does a stimulus check change the wealth gap?
No.
Not at all.
Exactly. How could it? Because you weren't even conditioned to even think about what you could actually do with it.
Well, not only that, but inflation and everything else that's gone up in its time.
Yeah.
So the stimulus just helped us not
Get gas.
as far as tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what does it matter? Like
Why does it matter, right?
you are a man that has created financial wealth for yourself, tangible wealth and growth for us.
Much more.
Why does it matter to continue?
Well, it doesn't matter for me financially at all, right?
That's why.
No, I'm with you.
That's why.
Because look, the first 9 years in China, I had never seen what currency looked like. I just wanted things, and it appeared because I was contributing. See, when I tell people I was born in America, made in China, they don't understand. Think about that. I'm a black African American in China, and the government of China is subsidizing my brain.
Wow.
Meaning, Alexander, you think that this will work? Yes. What type of factory do you need to do this? I'll
amazing.
design it. I built the factory, right? How many people do you need? We will send the people. So they sent the people, 312 people. So that's factory one.
Whoa.
That's factory one.
What?
That one factory turns into Net Valley, the Silicon Valley of China. I'm like, something special over there?
You're something special right here in that specific moment, bro.
You know what they say. You got to leave your home to come back to be appreciated, right?
Yes.
I needed to be gone. I was going through the entire Obama term.
Administration.
Yeah, I was gone. I was.
You didn't get to see the greatest president.
I was totally out of it because I was over there doing things, and I was impacting the world. Right. So, in 2014, there was more phones circling the globe that I had personally designed than iPhones were sold.
Wow.
So put it on a scale, right? So I don't care about making 1% of anything. I had an accident, guys, in, what was it, 16 or 17? 16? I was climbing a mountain.
No, you can't do stuff like that. What's wrong with you? You don't sit down.
Look, we're not supposed to.
No, you're not.
Yeah, but we can run up levees, right? So look, I'm just that part. I love that. So I was challenged. At that point in my career, I thought I needed more challenges, right?
Okay.
So I'm climbing a mountain. I'll tell you more later, but I fall.
Oh my Lord.
Fall bad to the point to where I'm out of commission for a full year. So I'm in Hong Kong, fall off a mountain.
No way.
Have to be transported back to America.
You're a global treasure. You cannot climb stuff.
Exactly.
With me. Have to be transported back to America. Almost lost my arm.
What?
I'm a designer, so
you can't do
I lose
that.
this.
Yeah.
I lose my
everything.
My pen is my currency, right? So I'm a year inside of recovery.
Okay.
3 stents in my heart. I was 48 pounds larger of a man back then. This is the new body, the whole new me.
Wow.
Right?
Reinvent yourself.
Totally. In crypto.
With crypto.
Right?
She did that.
So while in that whole recovery cycle, you learn when you expand into the void. Don't get me wrong, you can hear the stories. You don't move into these things by asking an investor, hey, what did you do to make you so successful? Are you serious? How many times did you fail at that?
Right.
Start failing at something.
Then
Start asking yourself what you want to do. Forget what they did to fail at something. I mean, because you're only going to do what you're most passionate about.
Yes.
Right? My dad told me, quit scribbling. My teachers told me, quit scribbling. I said, no, I'm going to make a living out of being an artist. They used to call it a starving artist. Well, I'm still making money. I'm still making a living, a whole lifestyle out of drawing, right? My kids are artists. Everything is about art for us, right? And my pen was my currency. I drew the factory.
Wow.
I didn't invest. I didn't raise money. I never stood on the stage to pitch for an investor. Because if I needed money, the product that I create
spoke for itself.
Has a customer that's going to pay me the cash. You understand? That's the old business. Why don't you provide service?
Right.
Get paid.
You know, you have so much information. You have such a gift. And I heard you say on stage, this is going to take out the Amazons, the Apples, the
Silo
Google.
Cloud.
So what?
Silo Cloud is going to take
That's
it.
right.
Clear.
So is there any fears there when it comes to dealing with such big companies and your safety and things of that nature?
Technology companies are the biggest gangsters on the planet. I faced them already. I put the target on my back. You saw me on the stage. I drew the circle at my chest. I've gone through that already. I've had to escape countries. I've had to deal with shear waves in my buildings. I've had to deal with the car bombings already. This happens in our world. Understand, this is not toy. This is not fun and games.
No.
It's not the marketing schemes that these marketers of companies can tell you about. You see, because no one else can tell you how to build a manufacturer from the ground up in another country but yours truly.
Come on.
Because no one else has done it. I couldn't call one of my friends that work at AT&T or one of my friends that work at Qualcomm. They know how to get a job. They didn't know how to build the company that provided
jobs.
the job, right? So when I was down for that year, I didn't affect my family. I affected thousands of people.
Yes.
Because my core company, the design house, has to roll into the manufacturing, and the suppliers of the manufacturers, all those workers have families that depended on all of that. So I was a greater part of an ecosystem. You know what I mean? you're the core of that engine. That's why it's Colonel. It's Colonel to have that knowledge, not just be the sales channel of it all.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of us can sell somebody else's dream. I'm trying to give you the tools to say, hey, look, enablement, your dream. This is the rails. Take your dreams on these rails. Need some help? Here's the help. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you won't need it because you're going to be bringing something new to the market, not a copycat. You know?
Put them in a bubble. We got to put you in a bubble or something. Make sure you don't climb no more mountains.
You can't climb anything else. You are like
you can't walk the stairs.
Listen, we thank you so much for your time. Yes. Listen, it's not going to be the last time we speak.
Next time.
I thank you for just dropping the magic and being the king that you are.
That's
and
right.
y'all, if y'all don't know because y'all can't see him, he's a black man.
Yeah. Oh, he black. Oh, we should have led with that.
We should have led with
Black excellence right here.
Yes, from the Bayou.
Yes. Thank you so much for getting undressed with us.
Thank you. The Undressing Room podcast.
Thank you so much. We love you too.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you. And you know, I just can't wait to get back down to go hang out with Bitcoin Rodney and them so I can learn some more. I know you ready to go, Eva.
Yes, good girl. I'm your +1.
Yeah, come on now. We outside. They said it's going down in March. So if you want to be a part of the Reinvent Yourself with Crypto Conference.
Shout out to Bitcoin Rodney for caring enough about the community, caring enough about people that look like us to want to spend his time, energy, money, and effort to allow people the resources to become financially free like him, because he doesn't have to. He can take his money, his knowledge, and do what he needs to for himself. But he takes the time to teach us so that we can teach and keep, paying it forward and change the narrative. So shout out to Bitcoin Rodney. That man is absolutely doing it. That's God's plan.
He's trying to close that wealth gap. You know what I mean? And we definitely right there to help him do so. And you know what you're listening to, the Undressing Room podcast presented by Macy's. Check out our personal Macy's shopping page at Macy's.com/the Undressing Room. And we're going to get into these. It goes down in the DM.
Hey, that's my favorite part. I have to let us part. Okay, so what do we have in your DMs today? And can you do me a favor, L'Oreal?
Yes.
Can we just, just since we're starting off this new year with a new mind, with a new spirit, with a new everything, can we have a new way of approaching these DMs? We appreciate them. We will highlight them, but I need you to be just a little bit more open-minded. This is the final DM of 2021, okay? So we need to start this year off cute.
I don't know if you see, but my face is screwed up a little bit.
I know, I see it. It ain't moved. It look like,
Exactly. That's happened. Because sometimes I feel like y'all just not coming the right way. Maybe if y'all came a little more correct, because like some of these things here, I'm just like, come on, son.
But I got faith. You got to sift through them because I think that there might be one. You just got to let these men shoot their shot. What they talking about, Lo?
You got to have some bomb, which is sexy, beautiful self. Jesus Christ, you're so bad. Wow. Take como. He must not have listened to the last episode where I said I don't speak Spanish or English sometimes. Don't you feel like just to even start off that way is not, that's eye-opening for you.
Yeah, no, he's bad.
DM closing for me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And I'm pretty diplomatic.
What's he como mean?
No,
Cuomo got fired, and so did his brother. So
no, don't do that to Cuomo, because Cuomo was holding his brother down as a brother's supposed to do. Chris was like, "No, don't do that to my brother. I'ma resign and hold my brother down." And then somebody came out try to say that he did something. Now, I must say the text message was very, very stupid. Did you see the message?
Take Como.
Do you see the message? The message was like, "I'm on the way." He's like, "I got 3 of them out here for you right now." He's like, "Johnny on the spot." Here I come. But I still think it's a tactic and a ploy from the Trump administration. We're not gonna get into politics right now, but we're gonna leave the Cuomo brothers alone because I rock with the Cuomos.
I do kind of like them. Like I think if the one would have tried to hit on me, I don't even like white men. I might even spell.
You might have,
back to him now.
I'm just saying. Leave the Cuomos alone. Okay, so who else is in? Is Cuomo in the DM?
No Cuomo. Anyway, so we have this other guy. He says, "You are really blessed, my girl. You must be from heaven because you are way too fine." What people look like in heaven? Dead, right?
No, that's in the grave, stupid. In heaven, they be having a good concealer. They be having a good like blowout. They
No,
having
they
their hair, they
don't.
locks and they edges be laid. They skin be glowing.
They
Heaven
be a
is litty.
skeleton. How?
No, that's hell. Where are you going? You in hell.
How come they body disintegrate in the grave too? Then they should stay full, like mummies.
No, they in heaven with Maya Angelou, and she's up there and she's speaking. No,
Do you
heaven's
think
fabulous.
she's really doing that?
I do. I think Martin Luther King up there. I think Michael Jackson got shows. You don't ever have to worry about missing it. Like heaven lit.
I know you're
But
not.
that was a
gonna read
nice
this.
one. Let's just
That was
go ahead
better.
and give him his credit. That was
better.
cute. Okay,
And
one
this
more.
is the last one. He said, "I know you're not going to read this, but damn, you're fine. You shot your own self down." Oh my God.
You should do what, your own self down?
He shot his own self down. He said, "I know
Why?
you're not going to read this, but damn, you're fine." I read it. So you just lost your opportunity.
Oh my God, you are so critical. Can I give you a resolution?
Okay, go ahead. Because next
Don't be
year,
so
next year,
critical.
these DMs better be different next year. I'm not reading them.
Yeah, no. As long as the Undressing Room podcast is here with Macy's taking it off, we getting up in them DMs. I'm sorry, I'm a taking woman. I don't have any of this kind of fun, so please don't.
And I got a whole bunch of people that want to do my lashes. Like,
Ooh, okay. But see, all of those are not created equal, as if these final questions, all of these are not created equal. Now we got to slide over into one of our other favorite parts, because this is where you're involved. This is where the listeners get a chance to send us over questions that we get to undress. So this one today comes from Clint Coley, and it says, "My man said that women who shoot their shot have a 99% success rate." Now, women say, nah. Well, the man said, well, that's because you and Michael B. Jordan's DM talking to yourself. Shoot in your range, sis. Now, I just want to know, in your personal experience from friends and things like that, would you say that women have a higher success rate of shooting their shot? And should women be okay making the first move?
And the DM are impersonal and face to face.
For you, I want to know how you would shoot them in your DM, because they're always in your DM. So the best way to teach all of the men today how to shoot their shot in your DM
is definitely easier for women. Because I feel like for women, all I would have to do if I was sliding in somebody's DM would just put the eyes. Like, and the guy's going to write back
no eggplant emoji?
You don't know. What do I look like? I literally would put the eyes. And like, once you put the eyes, that's it. That's you letting people know you're interested. And I'm going to tell you how you can even get away with the eyes in other ways, is because maybe I just put that because your hat was dope. So it's like, if you try to do some funny stuff, because you got to watch people nowadays. They like the screenshot. And that's why I don't even trust DMs or messages like that.
You know what? If I was dating in this single world right now and I was using like the tools of Instagram, I wouldn't even put the eyes. I would put the little thinky blah, blah, blah emoji.
The thinky blah, blah, blah.
The little thinky things, like it's like when you're like a cloud.
The air bubble?
Like
the cloud bubble?
Yeah, like a thought. Like, what are you like?
But now you got to elaborate.
No, you don't. You can leave it there for speculation. And then you can get an idea where they at with things on how they respond to it.
Okay, so say you put the bloop, 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 and then they respond back immediately. When do you respond?
What do they respond as? What do they say?
With the eyes,
okay. So I give you. Okay, so I'm Eva. You handsome guy. I'm single, Eva, not Mike's wife, because Mike's wife won't talk to nobody. Be very clear. This is all in hypotheticals,
I'm
right?
handsome guy, right?
You handsome guy, husband, but it's today's social media, and I get into your DM and I hit you with the bloop bloop bloop, and then a little sunflower.
I'm gonna put the eyes.
And you put the eyes, and then
I'm trying to be careful too now.
Now I'll put the sunflower. That's what you put.
I'll put the heart eyes. No, wait.
See.
All right, no, I got it. Not the heart eyes, but the one with the hearts around the head.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So this is it. That's the answer to the question. How do you shoot your shot and get a higher success rate? Stop talking and start emoji-ing.
Yes,
because it leaves you to speculate. It's less direct. It's fun. let's get to some emojis. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I can't wait to your next DM because it's gonna be like 19 emojis, and
Yeah,
we
it
have to
is.
decipher it.
That's how Quavo and Saweetie got together, because he put the little icy emoji.
They're back together?
No, the first time. The only time. When they got
The-
together, he shot his shot in the DM. It was with an
Really?
emoji, yeah.
What other celebrities got they shot in the DM? I think that sounds right.
Yeah. That was the only one I know of, for real. Like, I'm pretty sure it's way more, but I do like that. But the problem
Didn't
is with
Tiffany
that-
Haddish and what's her name? Common hook up
They
on the
broke up.
Instagrams?
Yeah, so remember I asked her a question about him and it got a little weird. I was like,
Clearly,
your boyfriend.
yes. You asked
Yeah.
everybody questions that got a little weird at some point, L'Oreal. You did that to everyone. At least she knows she is not alone.
You gotta do the laugh.
You did it with everyone. Oh my God.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, I do feel like women have a higher success rate when it comes to sliding in DMs versus men, because with men, it's so many of them. And what y'all don't understand is, which I say, shoot within your range, they don't be in the range. Like, they be out in the park. Like,
They over here shooting at Vanessa Bryant. It's like,
do you get what I'm saying? Like, most of the guys that be in my DM, I'll be like, come on, like, what do I look, desperate? Like, sometimes you really gotta
no, but their self-worth is high. And what I am gonna say is keep your head high, King. You might have a lazy eye, you might not have it all. You might not look like the rest of the men, but that don't mean you're not special. That don't mean you're not handsome. You shoot your shot.
Nah, you lowering my
shoot your shot because L'Oreal might answer.
What it is. No. I'm like, oh.
And you know what? If L'Oreal doesn't answer, I'll answer, okay? If you want me to undress your final question, then just follow us on Instagram at the Undressing Room Podcast and DM me for a chance to be featured in the final question. Now, if you're trying to holler at somebody, go back to L'Oreal's Instagram. It's starring L'Oreal, and you slide into her DM, okay? But make sure you shoot in your range, bro.
Shoot in your range. You could definitely slide in my DM. I don't mind. I'm friendly when you're
you're not.
When you're shooting in your range.
I'm not finna lie to these people. We get too undressed to be sitting here lying. She's not nice. Y'all know she's not. That's why y'all like her, because she's feisty. She's a woman who knows what she wants.
The guy said the other day on the Morning Hustle that I'm going to be single forever. So,
no, you're not. No, you're not. But I tell you, the man that end up getting you, baby.
I cried after he said that for like 3 days straight.
No, that's not true.
I didn't even think about it again until now.
What you're not going to do is to set yourself up to be in the starting over house. Now, sometimes people are for a season and they, were with somebody just for that time and they move on. And that was God's design. But I think when it comes to you, God is setting your situation up because you are a long hauler. You are like that Rona that won't go away. Once your man forever is here, he is here to stay.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's just setting up the stage to make sure that everything is in place and proper. So, girl, please don't listen to him. This is the last little hoorah of the year, but it's okay because we are coming back. We're coming back. I hope you enjoyed the year with us. L'Oreal, I absolutely adore you. I loved every minute of this year with you.
Yes.
One of my favorite Christmas gifts is still having you into the new year. And that's my mushiness. I ain't going to be,
I love me some Eva, and I cannot wait to see what the both of us have in store for next year. I know it's going to be some big things. We're going to do some big things together, some big things separately.
Big things together. And we're giving y'all good energy. Big things for y'all this year. We got through this year. We got through it together, y'all. We laughed, we cried, we educated each other. We got undressed every single week with the Undressing Room podcast. And we look forward to doing it with you again in 2022. Until then, thank you for getting undressed with us.
Come back round now. You hear?
The Undressing Room podcast presented by Macy's is an Urban One Reach Media production, hosted by the one, the only Eva Marcille and L'Oreal.
Executive produced by Kobe Tyner. Associated producer Alexis Felder. Editing and production by Dunkus. Sales and Corporate Partnership, Josh Ramani. Michelle Marino and Kadisha Campbell. Research, Lori Hall Flowers. Digital Marketing, Sam Stiers, J.R. Davis, and Tim Hall. Digital Creative, Alvin Francis.
Content provided by MadameNoir.com, Bossum.com, and HipHopWired.com. Stay connected at the UndressingRoomPod.com. See you at the next episode.